Well, good morning and welcome to a special apocalyptic edition of Morning Java, brought to you as always by our friends at the Get Go Cafe and Market, where they celebrate the apocalypse by bringing food right out to your car as you order through the Giant Eagle app, curbside delivery. Hey, these are different times.
You know, the apocalypse is just a greeting cards holiday.
You know what's not different? Well, it is still kind of. Alex Stumpf and I are inside PNC Park, and that feels really good. And before we get into any baseball stuff, I am here to express on my own enthusiasm for being in here, my own appreciation and respect for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Major League Baseball for the way they've conducted themselves, including today. I got to tell you, Alex, I mean, you're talking about a media relations staff that's waiting for us by the door.
Yeah.
That walked us upstairs, that took us through every situation, made sure that we understood what's going on, that's making players available. There's something to be said for that. They don't have to do that.
No, they were dealt a really tough hand, like hours before we were supposed to get into the building. It's like, no, you can't do that anymore. So they really went above and beyond to make sure that we could do our job to the best of our ability.
Well, in this setting, it is a little strange. It probably seems a little bit stranger to you right now than it normally would because of the wind and everything else. But we are permitted, for anybody who's interested, to be on this concourse beyond the first deck of seating that's back here. We are, as you can tell, a very safe distance from the athletes. And at the same time, we can hear them. We can see them. We watched Jeff Hartlieb pitch a simulated game. We saw Cole Tucker take batting practice. Mm-hmm. We talked with Cole Tucker. We did it through a Zoom call, but we did it.
Yeah, and you know what? He's just as fun through Zoom.
Almost.
I mean, but yeah, it's a different environment. I'm getting used to it by now. I mean, this is kind of, to steal a phrase, the new normal.
Well, you're just happy to be here. I saw you when you came in here today.
Yes, I'm so happy. I missed it.
It's nice to, I mean, just aside from how much this place has meant to me my whole life, having been here for probably most of the games that have ever been played, including the very first ones. Even setting that aside, it's just nice to be able to do our jobs. We're sitting upstairs in the press box, next to each other like we do. Yeah. 6 feet apart.
Yes.
But we're doing our jobs, and that's nice. That's fun. I hope this lasts. I hope it works. I hope everybody else is wearing their masks and all that other stuff.
Well,
makes us a little harder to understand, maybe makes it a little bit harder to breathe, but if it means that we get back to normal life or something close to normal life sooner rather than later. These signs are up everywhere here at PNC Park, even though it's just a handful of us in the building. There are the obligatory 6 feet, stand apart, everything else, just the same way as we see in restaurants and everywhere else. And I'll say it again, they're not expecting fans. But it looks like it's almost ready for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, in another world, if we were in another country, maybe there could have been, some fans, and we would have seen these types of signage all across.
A country where they didn't let this happen?
Well, or didn't let it escalate to this point.
Yeah, exactly. But we are where we are, and PNC Park is where it is, and it's not going to have fans. It's a 60-game season. The way cases, whether or not that leads to hospitalizations and deaths, you're not going to see cases at the current level leading to them saying, hey, everybody, let's go see baseball.
No, well, it's tragic, in every sense that, any year that you don't have, fans in the stands, it's going to be terrible, not for business, but also just for the fans. But there's so much planned for this year. I mean, talking to Travis Williams down in Bradenton, he was really excited for what was going to come.
Including inside the ballpark.
Including inside the ballpark for 2020, and that just didn't happen. That's going to have to be next year.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to show you something else over here. This is another gesture on the Pirates' part. They have set up this area for us to eat. And this is really just for us and a handful of other people. The Pirates have set up food that is safe. It doesn't have to be prepared. With a nice thank you for social distancing sign. The amazing logo. Look at that thing.
That is
absolutely classic. Love it. They have set this all up, and they're doing it at their expense, which is a classy move. Did you know this stuff was free?
I didn't.
Neither did I. I reached for my wallet. It was free. I got myself some hummus and pretzels and some water, and that was it. And a couple of terrific ladies here took care of me.
And since I'm 5 years old, I got the thing of Gushers. So
You got the what?
the Gushers.
What's a gusher?
That's a Gusher.
Show me.
That's the last thing you can have anymore.
Show everybody what in the hell is a gusher.
Everyone who was a kid in the 90s will know what a fruit gusher is.
I have no idea what it is.
All right. They might not know how to open it anymore.
There's nothing safe about this behavior. Whatever it is that he's doing, there's nothing safe about it.
Gusher, come on. And then you turn it to the fruit head. It's just pure sugar. Sugar and curds.
You can't get entertainment like this just anywhere. I just want that on the record somewhere. This up here, of course, is the press box. It's a lot quieter up here. People are working up here. Alex and I aren't working. Other people over there are working. But as you can see, there's glass panes here, but they also slide up. They're open. I'll give everybody a look at the place where Alex and I work for a living. You can see the Pirates are just kind of wrapping up down there on the field. The rain that we spoke of has kind of dissipated here. The flags in the outfield are still flapping up a pretty good storm. We're in the ballpark, people. We are in the ballpark. That's okay.
I missed it. I mean, I was doing the math in my head. It's like, I don't know if I've ever gone to PNC Park for the first time in July for a year. Like, ever.
Nobody has.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean just like in general?
As a fan, yeah.
This is.
Whenever I was yay tall.
Yeah, it's a different feeling. For anybody who's unfamiliar with the press box, I mean, I occasionally snap pictures of it and so forth, but you'll see that they've added. Well, this is where Alex is recording our audio. This over here is the police sit 6 feet apart. Well, they're actually not guessing at that. We're assigned seats that are farther apart, which is, this press box for like an all-star game or whatever it is, whenever it's on those rare occasions, like for the playoffs when it's been completely filled, holds probably around 150, 200 people. Right now it's holding about 8. And realistically, late last regular season, it was holding about 12 or 15, right?
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a hot ticket anymore. But you know what? It's good to be 2 out of the 8, right?
Yeah, no complaints here. Happy to be back here again. Hoping it lasts. Make it last. Make it count.